Hello everyone, we are from University Tenaga Nasional Kuchas.
Okay, so this short video is part of our assessment for Seminar in Management Accounting subject.
We are here to educate you guys more about just-in-time inventory system.
So we hope you enjoy our video and don't forget to like and share it with your friends and family. Just-in-time is a management philosophy that calls for the production of what the customer wants when they want it, is the quantities requested, where they want it, and without it being delayed in the inventory. So instead of building large stocks of what the company thinks the customer might want, the company only make exactly what the customer actually asks for when they ask for it. This allows companies to ultimately concentrate their resources on fulfilling what the company are going to be paid for rather than building for their stocks. Just-in-time is generally accepted as being a concept invented by Taiichi Ohno of Toyota. After the World War II, resources were very scarce in Japan, so using them to create something that the customer did not actually want right now was a not good idea. On a visit to the US, the management team of Toyota was inspired by, of all things, how they saw a supermarket handle the inventory. Only what was removed from the shelves by the customers was actually replenished and ordered from suppliers. In this way, shelves will never become empty, nor did they end up overflowing with excessive inventory. Taiichi Ohno was tasked to make the production more efficient through implementing pool production with just-in-time concepts was developed. It took more than 15 years for Toyota to perfect their ideas, and it was not introduced into the Western manufacturers until the end of 1970s.
The first principle of JIT is JIT elimination of waste. The core principal objective of just-in-time is to improve process efficiency by eliminating waste. Toyota's Fujiocho defines waste as anything other than the minimum amount of equipment, materials, parts, and workers which are absolutely essential to production. The 7 common types of waste is identified by JIT include processing waste, waste due to idling time of machinery, waste due to product defects, waste of motion or faulty working techniques, waste related to transportation, waste from overproduction, inventory waste, and JIT elimination of waste deploys tools such as total quality management, continuous quality improvement, focused factory, reducing setup times, flexible resources, group technology layout, and full production system to eliminate waste. The second principle is quality at the source, or JIDOKA. JIDOKA, or ensuring quality at the source, ranks amongst the major JIT principles. This principle entails identification and correction of problems at the manufacturing stage itself as soon as it occurs. JIT provides for JIDOKA through automation that caters to the automatic working of the assembly line and complete shutdown upon detection of error. The production line resumes only after rectification of the error. JIDOKA makes inspection and quality control a part of the production process rather than a separate activity, and places the responsibility for quality on everyone in the company rather than the quality team alone. The third one is simplification. The third of the major JIT principles is simplification, or using minimum resources to attain process efficiency. The JIT principle holds that excess of any kind masks problems such as low quality raw materials, unreliable vendors, defects in the machinery, and the like. Removing the excess makes problem apparent. JIT systems strive to attain zero work-in-process inventory buffers and a zero ending finished goods inventory to ensure smooth process flow, elimination of storage space, and cost savings. JIT promotes a demand-driven pull system where the process starts when the customer places an order that triggers the production, which in turn triggers a call for resources. Each stage in the production process manufactures only what is required for the next stage. Kanbans, or instruction usually by cards, provide each worker with specific instruction on what to do and what to use. Next, cellular manufacturing system. Group technology, or cellular manufacturing, is another major JIT principle. The cellular manufacturing system advocates that segmented and product-focused manufacturing is much simpler than a linear process-oriented manufacturing. JIT JIT institutes strategic capacity management and techniques such as multiple small machines instead of a large bulky machine that require constant production for profitability and other towards his end. The last principle for JIT is respect for people. Among the other JIT principles is respect for people at all levels, be it employees, customers, suppliers, or management. Success of JIT depends on identification of what the customer needs and fulfilling the request in the best possible manner. Success of JIT depends on clear and effective communication among all stakeholders, employees empowered to make decisions and cross-trained to handle many machinery to ensure smooth flow of the products, suppliers understanding and fulfilling demand for specific components at the right time, and the management that respects people and works towards such people-related critical success factors succeeds in reaping the benefits of JIT.
Okay, first point, reduction in the order to payment timeline. Cash, as they said, is king in business. Many businesses will suffer with cash flow problem as they will often have to purchase large amount of raw material prior to manufacturing and subsequent payment by the customer. Often this gap is minimized through implementing just-in-time. You are able to considerably reduce that time period. Second point, reduction in inventory cost. One of the main aim with any just-in-time implementation is to improve stock turn and the amount of stock being held. Personal experience has seen reduction of more than 90% stock in some industry. Along with the reduction in the stock come many other associated benefits. It also prevents goods becoming damaged and obsolete. Third point, reduction in space required. By removing large amount of stock from the system and moving process closer together, we will often see significant reduction in the amount of floor space being used. This also reducing an organization needs to rent or buy, freeing up funds for the other part of the business. First point, risk of running out of stock. By not carrying much stock, it is imperative you have the correct procedure in place to ensure stock can become readily available and quickly. To do this, you need to have a good relationship with supplier. You may need to form an exclusive agreement with supplier that specifies supplying goods within a certain time frame. Prioritizing your company JIT means that you becoming extremely reliant on the consistency of your supply chain. What if your supplier struggle with your requirement or goes out of business? Can you get the product quickly from somewhere else? Second point, lack of control over time frame. Having to rely on the timeliness of supplier for each order put you at risk of delaying your customer receipt of goods. If you don't meet your customer expectation, they could take their business elsewhere, which would have a huge impact on business if this occur often. Third point, more planning required. Just-in-time inventory, it imperative that companies understand their sales trend and variance includes detail. Most companies have seasonal sale period, meaning a number of products will need a higher stock level at certain time of the year due to higher demand. Therefore, you need to factor that into planning for inventory level. Ensuring suppliers are able to meet different volume requirements at different times.
Just-in-time inventory management is used today by e-business in industries ranging from retail to fast food to tech. Toyota is one of the most famous examples of just-in-time manufacturing simply because it was one of the first to implement this strategy effectively. So, firstly, Toyota Motor Corporation orders to purchase production parts only when it's received new orders from customers. Although the company installed this method in 1970s, it took 15 years to perfect it. Toyota and just-in-time manufacturing will succeed as long as the company maintains a steady production rate, with high-quality workmanship and no machine breakdowns at plant that could stall production. Additionally, it needs reliable suppliers that can always deliver parts quickly and the ability to efficiently assemble machines that put together its vehicles. So secondly is Apple. This consumer electronics giant keep as a little inventory on hand as possible. By lowering the amount of stock on hand, Apple carries a lower risk of overstocking and chalking up dead stock in its warehouse. As explained by Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, inventory is fundamentally evil. You kind want to manage it like you are in the dairy businesses. If it gets past its freshness date, you have a problem. Last but not least is Tesla. Despite Tesla's phenomenal growth in the past few years, the company is still one of the smallest auto manufacturers in the world and cannot independently enjoy the same economies of scale. In contrast, Tesla takes complete ownership of the supply chain and has been vocal in their rejection of the traditional franchise dealer sales model. By keeping little inventory and essentially producing on demand, Tesla can minimize the amount of capital and risk tied up with storing excess inventory. In addition, the weight encourages additional customization, a premium that many of their paid customers might not have chosen to pay for if they could immediately drive a stock car off the lot. In conclusion, just-in-time inventory system benefit of reducing investment in inventory are substantial, which can lead a company to pare away too much inventory. When this happens, any anticipated disruption to flow of materials can bring operation to a halt almost immediately. Consequently, JIT concept should certainly be followed, but be aware that there is a lower limit on how far you can reduce inventory levels.